Hey, what's up, guys? It's Ben, Blades, Bows, and Bushcraft. Thanks for joining me. Here at my cabin right now, just getting it unwinterized, getting it ready for the summer, even though it's pretty cold out still. It's about 38 degrees. So I wanted to take advantage of the time that we have out here. I don't have to watch the kids or run around or anything like that, the little ones. So I'm actually going to take care of some of the trees that were giving me a problem during bow season. There's a couple of dead trees around and a couple of not so dead trees around that are problem trees for me. Really they inhibit my view with the bow. So, and to do that, I'm actually going to be using the Council Tool Velvicut Hudson Bay Axe. And a cool thing about this axe is I was actually given this axe by Roost from Axe Junkies. It's kind of a long story, but I had about an hour and 15-minute conversation with Craig over the phone, and at the end of the conversation he said that he wanted to bless me with this axe. So it was definitely a surprise. He even sharpened it, and I can tell you for certain that it's a lot sharper than any of the other factory edge or any axe I've ever sharpened. So it's obvious that Craig knows what he's doing. So along with that, I'm going to show you a couple of things that the Hudson Bay Axe is meant to do. Because in my last video I mentioned how the Hudson Bay style axe is not meant for large splitting, because if you get it caught, it's got such a long blade and such a narrow eye channel that when you get it caught, it's a problem, because you can't really use the handle to break it free, because you'll loosen your handle from your head just because the eye is so narrow. So let's take care of a couple of these problem trees, and then I want to do a little bucking on a poplar tree that fell over the winter, because the Hudson Bay Axe is pretty good at bucking logs. So let's get to it. Thanks. This is one of the tree stands that I have, 18 feet in the air, single stand. Probably gonna make that a buddy stand this year. But right below we got this apple tree here, and I don't know if you can tell, but the porcupines are eating it. It's dying pretty quick. And because this tree is so thin, I'm not going to make a typical face cut and then a back cut. I'm just going to go for a straight cut right down here close to the ground. Caught up on the other trees here. And when you're limbing, you always want to stand on the opposite side of the tree. This is another tree. This is a cherry tree. It's dead, and this is about as big as you want to go with the Hudson Bay. So again, I'm going to make my back cut, and I want to fell it right through there. So I'm actually going to make sure that there's nothing around that I can slip on, like branches like this. You don't take any anything little down. Make sure that where you're going to drop the tree, that there's no large trees that it's going to hang up on. So, and we're good with that as well. So I want to drop it this way. So I want to make my front cut right here. Again, my first cuts are going to be at a 45-degree angle. You're going to start, and then you're going to go just slightly above it, because with that first cut, you've loosened the grains up, and when you cut above it, there's nothing really holding below it together, so you're actually able to sink your axe in deeper. And then those parallel swings are just clearing everything out. And then once you think you're halfway through, then you go and you do your back cut. Again, it's really important to make sure that there's nothing around your feet when you are doing this. I got this dead poplar behind me. Just gonna roll it back so that it's not at my feet. Good rule of thumb is to kind of make a circumference around yourself, and if your axe can hit it, you either want to take it out, take it down, or move it. So I'm going to do my back cut again. I'm going to start slightly above my front cut and at a 45-degree angle. When the wind blows a little bit and you got most of the tree cut through, you want to be really careful. And always make sure, even before you start cutting, that you have an escape route. Because if you don't, and the tree starts coming down, you don't want to be tripping on anything. So I actually screwed up. Being real careful here, I'm going to show you guys. I started way too high on the back cut. Because if you line these lines up, I'd have been through this tree already. So I started about 2 inches too high. Again, when you're bucking, you do want to stand behind it. That's dead, that part. And you want to make your cuts about as wide as the tree is, and then work your way in. So let's give you guys a look at the Hudson Bay Axe by Council Tool, the Velvicut. You can see the head there, gorgeous mirror finish, nice Council stamp. Then you got Velvicut by Council Tool in the handle. 28-inch handle. We call it a fawn's foot at the bottom of the handle there. But again, you can see what I'm saying about how narrow the eye channel is and why you don't really want to split where you have a chance to be caught up. You'll bury that blade and then you yank up on the handle and that'll come loose. Good chance of it happening. Hey guys, don't forget about the giveaway. At 125 subscribers, I'm giving away a Husqvarna 13-inch hatchet. And at 150 subscribers, I'm giving away the Husqvarna all-purpose axe. So that's my way of saying thank you to you guys. It's going to be a random giveaway. Over 100 now subscribers, and I really want to thank you guys for subscribing. If this is your first time watching, please hit subscribe. Like the video. I really appreciate it. When I told Silas that we hit 100 subscribers, he almost was giddy and how happy he was. So that made me feel good as a father. But thanks for watching as always, and we'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.